Welcome back. You've clocked into work at the ice cream parlor just in time to help a familiar face. The same customer from last week is back, only this time he wants a 4-scoop cone and he has a daunting 7 things to avoid when making it, in addition to the fact he now wants all unique flavors for each scoop. There's a total of 5 flavors of ice cream in stock right now, so one of those flavors will not be used. Those flavors are mint, cookie dough, Jamocha coffee, Rocky Road, and rainbow sherbet. The customer does not want cookie dough above 2 or more scoops, coffee anywhere below Rocky Road, mint and cookie dough to touch, rainbow sherbet below 2 or more scoops, coffee anywhere above cookie dough, mint on the top or bottom, or Rocky Road and mint to touch. Construct a 4-scoop cone using all unique flavors that adheres to these rules. The only working solution is Rocky Road on the bottom, then coffee, then mint, and then finally rainbow sherbet. It can be difficult to know where to begin. The most useful piece of information to know would be which of the 5 flavors we're not using, so we should be working toward that as much as we can. There are a couple of ways to narrow down the possibilities. First, we can't use mint, cookie dough, and Rocky Road all together in the same cone, so one of those 3 must be the one we exclude from the customer's cone. We know this because mint can't touch either of those other 2 flavors. And according to Rule 6, if we use mint, it must go in one of the 2 middle scoops. Given that mint has to be somewhere in the middle, it can't avoid touching both at the same time. We can also independently conclude that cookie dough and coffee can't be used together. This is because if we were to use both of those flavors, our only choice on where to put them would be cookie dough on the second to the bottom, and then coffee below that, due to Rule 5. With that, we can now no longer fill in the rest of the cone. Mint, if used, will have to touch cookie dough, which conflicts with Rule 3. And Rocky Road, if used, will have to be above coffee, which conflicts with Rule 2. We can't not use both of them, or else we'd only have 3 flavors to work with. So the problem is in fact either cookie dough or coffee. We now have 2 lists of flavors that, for different reasons, can't coexist on the same cone. We can only exclude one flavor, and only one flavor appears on both lists, cookie dough. Therefore, its exclusion will fix both problems. Now that we know cookie dough will not be used, we can ignore rules 1, 3, and 5 and try to put together a cone that works with the rest of the flavors and rules. We know mint must be somewhere in the middle 2 scoops, and that Rocky Road must be on the end farthest from mint so that they don't touch. Given Rule 2, we know Rocky Road can't go on the very top, otherwise we'll have nowhere to put coffee. So it must go on the very bottom, with mint 2 scoops above it. Rule 4 tells us rainbow sherbet, of the last 2 available scoops, must go on the very top, and by process of elimination, the final flavor coffee must go in the final spot, between mint and Rocky Road. After all this, you'd better be considered for a promotion. Thanks for watching, everyone. Next week will be the first ever hard trichotomy puzzle. And don't forget, if you're among the first to submit a correct answer, your name will appear in the answer video as one of Ice Cream Conundrum's top solvers. So tune in next Thursday at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, happy puzzling.